up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 48 hours, where there is a lot to discuss. Firstly, two signings for Barcelona are expected to be completed this week. Firstly, for Vitor Roque, his signing is on track. He does have a game on Wednesday, and after that match, the club hope to finalize his transfer. 35 million euros, 10 million euros in variables, paid in installments. Deco has been crucial, and Vitor Roque's will has been crucial as well, with the updates on the transfer, as it is expected to be completed by the end of this week. Also, hopefully, on Ilkay Gundogan, his decision is expected this week, and again, a lot of optimism around Barcelona. Barcelona are the favorites. We'll wait and see what happens with that. We do have a lot of alternative options for Gundogan that we have been linked with, like Lo Celso, Alex Baena, so we'll talk about them. A lot of the talk in the beginning, of course, will be about the midfield. The club are still searching for a pivot. We have an update on, Kimmich, Zubimendi coming in, maybe even Guido Rodriguez, Palhinha, or Luis Florentino from Benfica. But a pivot has been offered to Barcelona in form of a swap deal, with Newcastle offering cash plus Bruno Guimarães for Raphinha. We'll discuss the details of that deal and whether or not we will accept it or not. But of course, for all these signings to happen, sales. The club have until June 30th to sell the right amount of players to balance the books, have that salary margin for financial fair play, and also return to the 1-1 rule. We have updates on Dest, Umtiti, Lenglet, Abde, Collado's exit, and currently what their salaries are at Barcelona and what those salary savings will be as well. Absolutely huge. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 200 likes in this video. It'll be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, before we get into the video, this video is sponsored by Number One Foot. Number One Foot is one of the best jersey football replica websites on the market. They have a variety of items at fantastic prices. I have here some with me. Firstly is the home kit for this season. Excellent quality. The badge is nice and smooth. Spotify logo is printed on to perfection, and I also even have a jacket as well. This is one of the training jackets that the players wear. There's a logo there on the right hand side, zipper and everything. They have some badges here, the Nike logo as well. The quality is absolutely, feels real, and also the prices are unbeatable. And if you use the discount code BOY at checkout, you do get an additional 15% off your orders. That's BOY. Use that checkout, you get 15% off your order, and all orders above $80 as well will get free shipping. So what are you waiting for? Top link down in the description down below, and get your new football kits today. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 48 hours. Now we're first going to be discussing Barcelona's search for a new pivot, which does continue, and still no concrete option at the moment. So many players on the table, alternative players on the table as well, but the club haven't decided which player to go for yet. Now, Miguel from AES has come out saying that Xavi has told Joan Laporta that he still wants a top defensive pivot such as Zubimendi or Kimmich this summer. Within the club, they say that the two options are not ruled out, but they believe both operations are extremely complicated. Deco, of course, has put Palhinha and Luis Florentino on the table, but they were dismissed by the technical staff for not offering sufficient guarantees and also being very expensive. The plan B remains Sofiane Amrabat, as long as it is not a bidding war involved. So again, looks like Xavi is not going to get what he wants. He wants that top level pivot. He said it in every single press conference after Busquets announced that he will be leaving the club. And it looks like his two main names are not gettable. And of course Zubimendi, because he wants to play with Real Sociedad for another year in the Champions League. With Kimmich, Bayern Munich are just outpricing us. Now, we had these options that came about with Florentino and Palhinha. That was presented by Deco, but the club ruled it out because they're a bit too expensive for their profile, and also Xavi isn't really keen on them. So it's going to be difficult now for Barcelona to get a pivot, especially with that being a priority for the club. I am very intrigued to see who we end up getting. I think what we're going to do now is just get someone who could possibly be a stopgap. I'd probably go for Brozovic in this sense. I think he's the right profile, and also he does have a few years left in his prime, so to speak. But getting out of Inter will be difficult because Inter want either straight cash or maybe a Kessié swap deal with a club thing that's not really value for the for the player. So we'll wait and see. Again, we have been linked with Guido Rodriguez, who was one of the alternative options that we talked about a few weeks ago, and Franco Rasmus Sport came out saying the option of signing Guido Rodriguez is now increasing internally. I think, again, Guido Rodriguez is more of a pivot in a double pivot. I think singly himself, he won't be up to the standards. If you put him in a double pivot with, Frankie or Kessier, I think maybe he can do a job, but by himself in a single pivot, I'm not quite too keen. Again, I'd rather get Brozovic. I think, honestly, he'd be cheaper as well. I think Real Betis will ask for quite a bit of money for Guido. I'm thinking 20 million plus. I think you can get Brozovic out of Inter for that same price, so I'd rather go for him. So we'll wait and see. Again, there is still no concrete target for Barcelona in the pivot. They're kind of waiting to see how things play out with their top targets in Kimmich and Zubimendi. But at the moment, no real concrete target and no real concrete push either. Now, Barcelona have been offered the chance to sign a very decent pivot over the past 24 hours, and that is Bruno Guimarães. This is coming in from João Romero, of course, from Gigantes. He's come out saying that Newcastle have offered 30 million euros plus Bruno Guimarães for Raphinha. Now, this is a very interesting offer. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying this offer is probably not true. João Romero's information is correct. Bruno Guimarães is probably the best player at Newcastle, and Fabrizio Romano came out saying that Newcastle want to renew his contract. I think this is Newcastle testing the waters a bit with Barcelona, and again, this does also say that their contract renewal talks are not going as planned. I think Bruno Guimarães wants to stay at Newcastle. Newcastle want him, but if they're offering him around, that means the current renewal talks are not maybe going at the correct pace they want. But on paper, the big question is, would you accept this offer? For me personally, I think it's a tough one. I think in terms of value, you think Bruno Guimarães probably valued at 50, 60. So you're getting around a 90 million euro package, which is probably the right valuation for Raphinha. But for me, I want straight cash. I don't want any players involved, and for Raphinha's sale to be more beneficial than it should be, and for us to really sell him, I think it has to benefit financial fair play tremendously. And with him, with the player being included, it will not, help us tremendously, because you can just sell Abde for 30 million and you're good as gold. And when you do this as well, you have to go now and get a replacement for Raphinha as well. Will it cost more than 30 million? Maybe. And then you're really not making any genuine profit. In all, I would reject this offer if it was true. And I also think that, again, Bruno Guimarães, is he a single pivot? I think he's like a Guido Rodriguez profile. Maybe in a double pivot he can do a job, but I think we're looking for a pivot. This is the box to box midfield profiles that we're looking at here, in my opinion. I think maybe Bruno Guimarães can do a job in a single pivot, but can he do it consistently for a season? That's where the doubts come in my mind, in my opinion. So for me, I would reject this offer, mainly because it won't really benefit financial fair play too much with the player being included. And also, I think Raphinha is very highly important for the squad, especially for rotation and, competing for next season. So we'll wait and see. Again, there's wait for reports and confirmations on this offer, but let me know in the comments down below whether or not you'd accept this offer, reject it, or maybe even ask for more money. But the midfielder who is the closest to joining Barcelona and is one of Barcelona's top targets this summer is, of course, Ilkay Gundogan. I am absolutely shocked that his decision did not come at some point last week, but it is expected to arrive at some point this week, around the middle to the end. Let's hope it actually comes, and I'm sick and tired of these Gundogan decision updates. So with a free agent, you just never know. They can change their decision last second, but again, all the roads are leading to Barcelona at the moment. Now, João Romero has come out saying that Barcelona are still waiting for the final decision of Ilkay Gundogan, and the arrival of Gundogan is currently at a 50% probability. Again, that makes sense. He's a free agent. It's 50-50 between Barcelona and also Manchester City. Now, Roger Delor from Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Barcelona sees Ilkay Gundogan close to joining. The club has received several positive messages from his agent in the last hours that are in line with him that will end up accepting Barcelona's offer. It is expected that his definitive answer will not take too long, and that the planning can begin with the certainty that Gundogan will play for Xavi's Barca. Gundogan was convinced after speaking directly with Xavi and gave his okay to a 3-year contract, but verbally. So again, not official. A 3-year contract, I believe, will be a 2+1. Candace have come out saying that Barcelona expects that this week there will be an answer from Gundogan regarding his future. Juan Martins come out saying that Gundogan's decision is accepted by the end of the week. Barcelona hopeful but are cautious, aware that Man City and Arsenal are also fighting for the player. Now, Gundogan has spoken about his future in a press conference on international duty for Germany. He's come out saying that I still haven't decided on my future, and I'm still in the process of deciding. So again, still no final decision whether you hear reports or not. But again, the roads are all leading to Barcelona. I think Raccoon, Relevo, they've all come out saying that optimism is skyrocketing in the Barcelona offices with the signing of Ilkay Gundogan. Everything indicates that the deal is in the final stretch and could even be signed in the next few hours. Of course, this came out yesterday. In the next few hours, it hasn't happened, but again, Barcelona media very, very confident that Gundogan will be joining Barcelona. And again, in England, they're also leaning towards that Barcelona move. So wait and see. Again, I am quite annoyed that this is taking a very long time because it is messing up the plans for Barcelona as well. So we'll wait and see how things materialize this week. But this will be the week, hopefully, that we do get the decision of Ilkay Gundogan. Hopefully before Friday, because I'll be traveling Friday and I won't be able to make a done deal video. But we'll wait and see when the German does decide his future. And the main reason why I'm annoyed with Ilkay Gundogan taking a very long time to make his decision is because there's no doubt Xavi wants midfielders. And if Gundogan does not arrive, the club needs to sign another midfielder. And the club have already started to dabble into some alternative options in the event that Gundogan does not sign for the club. One of those options is the Villarreal duo in Lo Celso and Baena. Luis Rojo from Marcus come out saying that Giovanni Lo Celso and Alex Baena are alternative options to Ilkay Gundogan. Again, they're both going to be very, very expensive. Baena has a 60 million euro release clause. I believe Lo Celso at Tottenham does not have a release clause, but Tottenham do want around 60 million euros for him as well. Again, Lenglet could be an option to include in that operation, but we'll wait and see. Now, a new name over the past 24 hours has emerged as a cheap alternative to Ilkay Gundogan, and that is the Espanyol captain, Sergi Darder. Catalonia Radio have come out saying that Espanyol Sergi Darder has also emerged as an option in the midfield, though he isn't a high priority. Now, when I saw this, I'm thinking, what in the actual hell? Are you being serious? That we're actually considering signing Espanyol's captain, who he shat on Barcelona all season, and in his interviews talking shit? I mean, come on. Now, Hanina Codes from Kobe came out saying that Darder's teammates at Espanyol say it is impossible for him to sign for Barcelona. Well, thank freaking God. Apparently, it's a 10 million euro release clause following Espanyol's relegation to the Segunda Division, but wouldn't pay a penny for him. I pray to God we don't get him. I don't even know why he's even considered being a target. It's the same thing with Marco Asensio. Is he a good player or whatever? I don't care. He's kissed the Espanyol badge. I don't want him anywhere near the Barcelona badge. That's just my opinion. If you disagree, then you've got problems. I mean, I don't even care if he's 1 million or 500k. I don't care. I cannot believe he's even being considered as an option, but hopefully it does not happen. And again, hopefully we do sign Ilkay Gundogan because he's a top quality player on a free deal. Darder will cost you 10 million. Baena will cost you maybe 50, 60, and same with Lo Celso. So the alternative options to Gundogan are quite expensive, but they are there, and hopefully we don't need to dabble into them as we do sign Gundogan. But if we don't, these are the options that are currently on the table. Now, there are midfielders that have been linked with Barcelona, but will officially this summer will not be joining Barcelona. Firstly is Adrien Rabiot. He has been offered to Barcelona according to Gerard Romero. He's come out saying that Adrien Rabiot, who becomes a free agent soon, has been offered to Barcelona in recent weeks, and Barcelona told him, thanks for coming. Savage response, I respect it. I think, again, Rabiot is not the quality that we were looking for right now at Barcelona. Maybe back in what was that saga, like 2018-19, where we're about to sign him and Dion was going to PSG. Then Bartomeu did it, probably the only good thing he did as a president, where he rejected Rabiot, went to Amsterdam to negotiate for De Jong and signed him, but missed it on the limit, unfortunately. But again, Rabiot has offered himself to Barcelona, and Barcelona basically said it politely, no. So we'll take that. But another midfielder who will 100% not join Barcelona this summer is Ruben Neves. He is going to Saudi Arabia, which, to be honest, I am quite shocked about. Mateo Morita from Relevo came out breaking the news saying that Al Hilal are negotiating with the camp of Ruben Neves, and Barcelona are no longer in the race to sign Ruben Neves. The Portuguese is close to joining Al Hilal for 55 million euros. The transfer could take place at some point this week. Luis Rojo from Marca came out confirming this as well, saying that Ruben Neves to Barcelona becomes complicated. Al Hilal have made a very powerful economic offer to him, which he's considering very seriously. Neves likes Barcelona, who can't make a decision yet. Al Hilal want answers now. Alfredo Martinez came out saying that Xavi never saw Ruben Neves as a Barcelona player, and he is set to join Al Hilal. Fabrizio Romano also confirms as well. Al Hilal sent a bid of £47 million to Wolves, around 55 million euros. They have accepted it, and Ruben Neves has agreed personal terms, and the deal will be finalized in the next few days. Now, Javi Miguel came out with something very, very savage. He's come out saying that Ruben Neves was never an option for Xavi. The coach ruled out his signing up to 3 times. The last one, Xavi was very clear and said, "I prefer 1,000 times that Franck Kessié stays rather than you bring me Ruben Neves." So in the end, Xavi was never ever keen on Ruben Neves, despite the fact that we did agree personal terms with him. Basically, we were about to sign him as a favor for Jorge Mendes. Probably would have said a year, that we would have loaned him out or try to sell him in the next year. So it just would have been not money laundering, but favors that, don't need to be executed by a big club like Barcelona. And in the end, he's going to Saudi Arabia, which is very, very interesting. Mid-20s, going into his prime. The fee that Wolves wanted, they've gotten. Ruben Neves came out after the final day of the Premier League saying that he wants to play in the Champions League next season. He's more farther away from it than ever before. So, quite weird in my opinion, but hey, the reality is, money talks. But one of Barcelona's main targets this summer has been to sign a number 9 to provide coverage and competition for Robert Lewandowski, and the number 1 target for months has been the young Brazilian wonder kid Vitor Roque, and his signing is on the verge of completion. Roger Tador from Mundo Deportivo has come out saying that Barcelona and Athletic Paranaense have reached an agreement in principle for Vitor Roque for 35 million euros plus 10 million euros in variables to be paid in 3 installments, and the deal is expected to be closed either on Thursday or Friday, as the Brazilian club have a match on Wednesday, and Roque will sign a 5-year contract until 2028, and his release clause is expected to be at the 1 billion euro, which I'm quite shocked about. I thought it would have been around 800, 900, but there you go. Joaquin Pereira also confirmed the news, again the number 1 source for Brazilian players joining Barcelona, and he also added that Vitor Roque will join Xavi's Barcelona this summer. He will be registered when Barcelona had the necessary financial fair play margin. Now, Fabrizio Romano has done a lot of reporting on Vitor Roque. He came out saying that Vitor Roque only wanted Barcelona despite being approached by 3 top European clubs. We're hearing that Arsenal and also Chelsea were very interested, but he decided to wait for Barcelona despite having no guarantees. Deco's taking care of the negotiation as he considers him a top star for the future. Only some small details on taxes and commission are remaining for Vitor Roque, and then we'll get the here we go. Barcelona want him to join now. Only if FFP does not permit it, he will arrive later on. We're hearing the rumors about possible loan or him signing officially in January. 35 million euros plus 10 million euros on a 5-year deal. 1 billion release clause confirmed. Vitor Roque was waiting for Barcelona. He was approached by many European clubs, but he also said, "I want to wait for Barcelona." His original idea was to decide his future at the end of April, beginning of May time, but he decided to wait an extra month only for a move to Barcelona. And finally, Mateo Merito has come out saying that Barcelona are about to complete the signing of Vitor Roque. If he cannot be registered now, Barcelona value the idea of setting him out on loan for the season, which is very, very interesting. But again, I do hope we are able to register him. I think if we get those sales, Lenglet, Umtiti, Dest, Collado, Nico Abde, or whatever the case may be, just get rid of the loan plus essentially, I think Vitor Roque, there won't be a problem for his registration. So theoretically speaking, we could get 2 signings this week in Gundogan and Vitor Roque. I think 100% this week we will get 1 signing, whether it's Gundogan or Vitor Roque, but both are on the right track. Of course, Barcelona have officially announced the signing of Mikhail Faye yesterday. Inigo Martinez has already been done now for a few months, and now we could add 2 more recruitments to Barcelona's transfer window. So we'll see how things go. I think again, just waiting for the final details, and then we will get the official confirmation what will happen with him afterwards, with the registration, sign out on loan, whatever the case may be. I think will be decided afterwards. But again, deal on the right track. 35 million euro fee, 10 million euros of variables paid over 3 installments, and the deal should be done by the end of this week. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 48 hours. First up is those damn loan players. We have updated every single loan player and how important it is to get rid of them by the end of this month to help comply with financial fair play and give Barcelona the correct salary margin they need. Now, firstly, Franco Rats and Sports come out saying the salaries of the loanees next season, who for now are returning, but Barcelona want to get rid of them, are as follows. Umtiti's on 20 million a year. Holy shite. Lenglet's on 16 million a year. Holy shite. Dest is on 10 million a year. Holy shite. Then you have Collado and Gustavo, who are both sat on 4.5 million a year. The club will save around 51 million euro in salaries with their exits alone. How mad is that? 50 million in salaries. That is beyond ridiculous. Keep in mind, Messi's salary was going to be, what, 25 million gross? 15 net? Or 13 net? Like, my God. The wages that Bartomeu was giving, it's criminal. He gave, what, a 20-year-old Dest 10 million? Ridiculous. This is why their sales are so important. We do have an update on their futures. Firstly, on the two French center backs, Giovanni Lo Celso come out saying that Barcelona are prioritizing the exits of both Clement Lenglet and Umtiti before June the 30th, and Barcelona needs sales before June the 30th. Lenglet right now is the main name that can leave, but Umtiti also has options. Again, the club need to make these sales by the end of this month. That way, because the end of June is the end of the salary calendar where you have to balance your books by then. That way you can, apply your summer transfer window strategies in July and August, and also that's when you can that's when Barcelona can return to the 1-1 rule. Currently we're in the 1-4 rule, so their exits are very important. Now we do have an update on the exit of Umtiti, where Sport have come out saying that in the last few hours a club from Saudi Arabia appeared and are showing interest in Umtiti, who wants to present him an offer. So I have no doubt there's interest for these players. Lenglet, it's just mainly Tottenham at the moment, so Barcelona cannot really mess that up. But with Umtiti, there's a lot of general interest. He wants to leave. The club want to get rid of him, so I'm not too worried about it. I think the timing is what's worrying the most. Will the club sell him before June 30th or not? Only got 10 days, so hopefully they can speed that up as soon as possible. Now on Dest, Giovanni has come out saying that Dest does have some offers on the table, which I think is very positive news. We heard over the last few days from Ben Aid, who's very close to Dest, saying that he has no offers, but Radamero on the contrary says that he does have offers on the table. And also Calcio Mercado come out saying that Union Berlin are no longer interested in Sergino Dest, but Besiktas now has him in their sights. Of course, we talked about this in the last video, how Besiktas are basically interested in all the Loni players, and Umtiti, Dest, Collado, Lenglet, and I think Franck Kessié as well. So again, interest is there for Dest, and hopefully we can get that sale done as soon as possible. He is currently, I believe, on international duty with America after they won the Nation Leagues a few days ago, beating my Canadian team. I think he will now return to Barcelona, where hopefully his future will be sorted out. And finally, on Alex Collado, Gabriel Sanz from Deportivo has come out saying that Las Palmas are interested in signing Alex Collado. Garcia Pimienta wants him. His agent has already spoken to the club, and more meetings will follow. It's clear that Collado won't stay at Barcelona, and he is attracted by playing under Pimienta. Again, I think this would be a great move for all parties. It would be a great move for Las Palmas and Pimienta, getting a player that they want. Collado to go to a team that he'll be loved at, that he'll hopefully play regular minutes, and with a coach that he knows. And for Barcelona, of course, getting rid of his salary. I actually do hope this is the case. Whether we get a permanent sale or we let him go for free with, clause and conditions, all that sort of stuff. Honestly, I'd let him go for free and just say, put a clause in there that he can't play against Barcelona for, the duration of his first contract with Las Palmas. Happily will take that, but we'll wait and see how those things develop. But again, the sales, they're not really on track. Nothing's really, concrete or in the final stages, but the interest is there, which I think is very important. But then the club have to speed it up. They have 10 days to sell Collado or get rid of, Collado, Dest, Lenglet, Umtiti. These must be done before the end of the month to get rid of over 50 million euros in salaries alone. Now, where Barcelona can earn the majority of their sales this summer in terms of funds will be selling forwards, with Ansu Fati, of course, Ferran Torres, and even Abde on the chopping block. Now, Radamero has come out saying that Abde does have strong proposals from the Premier League and La Liga, and if Ansu Fati does end up staying, he will be the one that will be sacrificed. Again, the club do want to sell one of Ansu and Ferran and keep Abde. That is their current plan. I think no matter what Abde will do pre-season with the first team, so we could expect this deal to happen, I think, around August time, unless Ansu is absolutely adamant that he's staying. Same with Ferran Torres, and the offer will expire for Abde. Again, I'm looking for around 25 or 30 million euros for Abde. I think that'll be a great sale for Barcelona, especially with, him returning from a loan move. But with Ansu Fati, again, he's still very adamant that he wants to stay at Barcelona following Spain's victory in the Nations League. By the way, congrats to Jordi Alba, Ansu, and Gavi for winning it. He came out saying, "My intention is to continue at Barcelona. I have a contract and I am very happy." Honestly, for Spain as well, Ansu Fati has done very, very well. His remontada season is starting earlier than I expected. He's been very, very strong for Spain on international duty, and this is a player that's still absolutely full of talent, just had some injury issues. And I do think it's the right decision for the club to take one more chance at Ansu Fati. I get it, his value will decrease next summer if you do give him the season and he doesn't do too well, but this is a player who's made from the club. He built up, he went up to the ranks at La Masia. I think he deserves a chance, and again, he's showing the talent. If he's not showing the talent, I understand that, but he's had glimpses in the past season. I believe he's Barcelona's second top goal scorer for this season as well. He had a very good end of the season, scoring, of course, the brace in the final game at the Spotify Camp Nou. So I would give him the chance, but again, the club are keeping him on the transfer market. They do want to see what offers come in for him, and it'll be very, very interesting to see what clubs do offer the money that Barcelona do want, because again, the only offer that Ansu Fati has received in the past months has been that Wolves swap deal with Ruben Neves, but now that, of course, will fall through. Now we'll wait and see again with Abde's future, but again, he will be leaving if Ansu and Ferran both stay, because we cannot keep all of them, and someone has to bring in money for the club so we can use that on other funds and also to balance the books and, you know, help us in our fair play margin as well. Now, the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is give you guys some updates surrounding Barcelona over the past 24 to 48 hours and how Barcelona are implementing changes around the club to save some money. Firstly, some people at the club will not be receiving bonuses for winning the correct trophies this season, of course, in terms of La Liga. Candacer and also Javi Miguel from AES have both came out confirming this as well. They've come out saying that Barcelona has cut the bonuses of winning La Liga to high-ranking workers such as Xavi's coaching staff. The base workers did receive it because it is guaranteed by contract and because it is a minimum amount in the club's budget. So the players and Xavi did receive a bonus for winning La Liga, but you know, the people behind the scenes like Xavi's staff, maybe the chefs, the kit organizers, they all did not receive a bonus for winning the league, as the club continue to try to save money, which sucks a bit, but nonetheless, we move, and hopefully in the near future we have enough money to give them a bonus. Now, the club, of course, need to generate some money this summer, and one of the ways of doing so is selling kits, and Barcelona's pre-match shirt for La Liga has been leaked for next season. Why is this one having yellow or, you know, gold on the Spotify and Nike logo and not on the main kit? Come on, I feel like the kit would look so much better if the white was just, you know, maybe a dark yellow or a gold color. Would have looked so fire. They put it on the warm-up kit, but not on the actual home kit, which is a bit annoying. Anyways, design looks alright. Like, I personally wouldn't get it, but I'm just really annoyed that the Spotify Nike logo are the, you know, yellow that we all wanted on the home kit. It's on the way. It's on the pre-match kit. Now this is the pre-match shirt just for La Liga matches, so the Champions League one will be different. I believe the Cup ones will be different as well in the Super Cup and the Copa del Rey. And finally, we do have an update on sponsorships for Barcelona. Of course, as you all probably seen, Joan Laporta has been in Qatar recently, doing many of things. He's in a lot of meetings, a lot of events, and we're all wondering why he's there. And he's there to bring some sponsorship money for Barcelona. Jordan has come out saying the club had a meeting with the Balde Express of Qatar, and there's optimism about doing a sponsorship deal with them. So again, the club are interested in looking for someone to sponsor the shorts for Barcelona. I think around 8 million a year to sponsor the shorts, so hopefully we can get that deal from the Qatar. But nonetheless, club are making moves, of course, but the most important thing for them right now is to get sales by June the 30th. But again, all these things like, you know, saving bonuses for the coaching staff of the Xavi's coaching staff, and also for the workers at Barcelona, new warm-up kit, which some people probably will like, and of course being in Qatar, get sponsorship deals, all to help Barcelona raise money and save money respectively. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 48 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to firstly, of course, is your thoughts on the signing of both Vitor Roque and Ilkay Gundogan. What do you think will happen this week? They are both signed. One of them are signed, or God forbid, neither of them will be signed this week. Second, your thoughts again on the Raphinha Bruno Guimarães swap deal, with Newcastle offering 30 million and Bruno Guimarães for Raphinha. Would you accept that deal or not? Also, your thoughts on those alternative options to Gundogan, like Baena, Lo Celso. Would you have accepted Rabiot come as a free agent? Your thoughts on Ruben Neves going to Saudi Arabia. Also, your thoughts on the pivot alternatives as well. Would you go for Guido Rodriguez, maybe a Brozovic? Find your thoughts on the sales for Barcelona. Again, Lenglet, Dest, Umtiti, Collado, maybe even Abde as well. Do you believe Barcelona will get the necessary sales by June the 30th to help Barcelona save money and comply with financial fair play? And of course, mainly go back to the 1-1 rule in La Liga. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.